Hello, this is Daniel Robbins. Wanted to record a quick message for Derek Sloan, and let me see here. Hannah from Team Sloan. Thank you for the thank you, and you're very welcome. And I also wanted to say thank you to Derek Sloan and to you, Hannah, for all you're doing to run for the conservative leadership. Just such a breath of fresh air to see a pro-life candidate. Now, I wanted to ask, did you know about our secret weapon against the pro-death giant? I sure didn't. I was oblivious to it. Like most people, I believed that the Earth was a spherical planet orbiting the sun, not realizing that that is sun worship. What I didn't know is that all along, as far as I'm concerned at least, the Earth has been flat and motionless. A flat, motionless plane built on foundations, not moving, with the solid dome firmament overhead, containing our air. Without it, we would not have air to breathe. Just imagine a balloon. And if you were to pop that balloon, then the air would rush out, right? So if the Earth were a spherical planet surrounded by a vacuum of space, the air would just rush out. It would go fill out the vacuum and we wouldn't have air to breathe. But thanks be to God that He's given us this solid dome firmament to contain our air and give us air to breathe. We have waters both beneath the firmament and above the firmament spoken of in the scriptures. And then we have the sun, moon, and stars, which are luminaries or light givers placed in the firmament to divide the day from the night and to give us signs and seasons and days and years and to give light upon the earth. And then, of course, God's throne, which is right up there. He's been up there all along, and yet the enemy has sought to bamboozle us with ridiculously large numbers. So I even have a personal dream of teaching people what I call binary dactylonomy, which goes like this: 1, 2, well, okay. So conventional finger counting is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, and a quick tweak that you can easily do on that is 1, 2, 3, 4, call that 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99 on two hands. But binary dactylonomy does way better than that. What it does, it says that's a 1, and that's a 2, and that's a 2 plus 1. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 64, 96, etc. all the way up to, so what you're doing is you're doubling. You're saying that's worth 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, sorry, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, and when you say 512 plus 256 plus 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 1023, which you can do on two hands. I'm really passionate about that because I hate the way that so-called scientists bamboozle the world with ridiculously large numbers. They claim the moon is 238,000 miles away, which is ridiculous. They've never counted to that number, I can almost guarantee. I have, and I'm working on doing it all over again, and it's a lot of work. But then they're not content with that. They say that moon is reflecting light to the Earth from a sun that's 93 million miles away. The moon gives off its own light. I used to think it reflected light from the sun. I now know that that is not the case. There is a relationship between the moon and the sun, but it's not reflecting light from the sun. It gives off its own light. For the sun to be 93 million miles away, for anyone with ears to hear, I would challenge them to build a 2-scale model of the supposed Earth, moon, sun, and then stars while they're at it. So they take advantage of the fact that people can't count past 100. So with binary finger counting, 1023 becomes the new 100, and you become empowered to count to these numbers and know what they actually mean. So same thing with silly evolution, where they say mankind evolved 2 million years ago. They've never counted to 2 million. That's a long time ago. 6,000 years ago is a long time ago. Even counting 6,000 is a lot of work. Anyway, I didn't know about this secret weapon against the pro-death giant. I still remember when Ireland went pro-death, and I fought against it, and I was trying to encourage them not to do it, and they did it anyway. And George Soros, that despicable billionaire, seduced them into doing that. So just watching that happen, and then realizing, it says in Psalm 11:3, if the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? They've duped us into believing in a counterfeit world, a counterfeit cosmology, thinking that we're spinning out of control, lost in space. And so, of course, the subtle serpent wants to hiss that A, it's silly to think the earth is flat, and that it's so old-fashioned, and we're trying to bring back the dark ages. Oh no, I'm trying to undo the dark ages when we got deceived into worshiping the sun. And then the serpent tries to say, oh, but it doesn't matter. Oh, it matters. Counterfeit cosmology throws everything off. And the same Illuminati and Freemasons that have duped the world into believing in a globe are the same Illuminati and Freemasons that sacrifice children. And I also want to give you a tip about Carly Noel Franz and Donald Marshall and the cloning centers. Extremely evil stuff going right on here in Canada. And so, anyway, it says in Psalm 119:63, I am a companion of all them that fear thee and of them that keep thy precepts. And, you know, one really good flat earther, if you go go search for Feed Your Mind Flat Earth University, that guy is great. Anyway, that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's our secret weapon against the pro-death giant. And just like Goliath, that giant presumptuously laughs and says, oh, am I a dog that you're coming at me with a stick? Oh, you Philistine dog. You got that right. Yeah. No, I can definitely say the pro-death giant is going down. And this is our secret weapon against him. TEIFAIM. The earth is flat and it matters. And you know what? One of my favorite things to say is simply read Genesis 1 and pay attention to the fact that there was evening and morning, the first, second, and third day of creation just fine without any sun, moon, and stars. These luminaries or light givers were not created until the fourth day of creation. And near the end of Revelation, they get put out of a job all over again. The Lamb is the light. There's no need of the sun and moon. There's nothing said in the Bible about any kind of gravitational anchor. And in fact, on Instagram, I'm about to read Psalm 93, which talks about the earth also established that it cannot be moved, shall not be moved, not moving. So we don't feel any movement in our stomach. That's how I can tell you we are not careening through space faster than the speed of sound. We're definitely not careening around the sun. But you know, the so-called scientists, they say that we're careening around the sun at 66,600 miles an hour. Notice the 666. They also say that the supposed globe is at a tilt of 23.4 degrees. That's 90 degrees minus 66.6 degrees. It's as if the beast signed it with his own hand. Again, it says in Revelation 12, they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. We cannot worry about whether people are going to think we're silly. They will. This is what people need to know. It's definitely a critical piece of the puzzle. And, you know, I definitely pray that I will, you know, I owe Scott Hayward 30 phone calls for a pro-life candidate. So if Derek Sloan wants me to make 30 calls on his behalf, Scott Hayward at Right Now, they were saying that's your birthday gift that you can give to, you know, Scott Hayward is make 30 calls on his behalf. So there's a way to sign up for volunteering for him and maybe do a few phone calls for him. And maybe it's time I did it. But anyway, I just wanted to let him know I'm so thankful to know there's a boldly pro-life candidate. And if the so-called Conservative Party knows what's good for them, they will elect him. Because then I'll get on board. But I have had it up to here with them being lukewarm. They are not going to be lukewarm. They are going to be lukewarm. I'm not supporting them. So there we go. If they know what's good for them, they'll elect Derek Sloan. And I mean, Leslyn Lewis is pro-life too, which is great. But I like Derek. Like him a lot. I love the fact that he opposed mandatory vaccinations, and bless you for that. But again, TEIFAIM, the earth is flat and it matters. And, you know, don't miss out on the flat earth. So you remember the four lepers outside the gate of Samaria in 2 Kings 6 and 7? Elisha said the next day you would be able to buy food for a penny, and I love the fact that God used lepers to discover it. But they said, we're going to die anyway. Why don't we go out to the Assyrians? And seriously, it says in Proverbs 27, the full soul loatheth an honeycomb, but to the hungry soul every bitter thing is sweet. We need to be hungry souls. I knew there was a problem. I knew it was ridiculous that we were worshiping the lights in the firmament of the heaven. I just didn't know the half of it. And so, just thought I'd pass that on. And, you know, the enemy loves to call his conspiracies theories, but that the only thing is wrong with that phrase is the word theories. Just throw away the word theories, and we definitely need to overcome. And we will do greater works than Yeshua, also known as Jesus, did. And bless you.